Okay, Today we're going to speak about the importance of fulfilling our trust. And again, when we talk about fulfilling the trust, this is in regards to those things that Allah has entrusted us with. Remember, we talked about how the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said each and every one of us is a guardian over something. A man is the guardian over his family, so he has to fulfill that trust. It's his job to provide, maintain, and protect. A woman is a guardian over her husband's property. It's her job to do that. I'm the guardian over this website. It's my job to advise, admonish, give hope, and also protect. We all are assigned to trust, and we have to fulfill them. And a lot of Muslims do not understand the importance of fulfilling our trust. Listen to what Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning. Allah commands you to render the things you hold on trust to their owners. Here Allah is telling you, if somebody has entrusted you with their property to watch their property for a certain amount of time, when that time is up, you have to give it back to them as you have agreed to do. Also, Allah says in the interpretation, the meaning, if you leave things on trust with one another, the one who is trusted must deliver up his trust. So again, whenever you take on the responsibility of being in charge over someone else's property, this is a big trust. Also, Allah says in the interpretation, the meaning, O you who believe, do not betray Allah and his prophet, and do not knowingly betray your trust. How many of us live up to this? It's haram to betray Allah. It's haram to betray the Prophet. Whenever you violate the Sunnah, you have betrayed the Prophet Muhammad. Did you guys know that? Whenever you innovate in this religion, you have betrayed our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Whenever you disobey Allah, you have betrayed him. So for those women who refuse to wear hijab, they have betrayed Allah. For those Muslims who don't pray the way the Prophet taught us, you have betrayed him. And also, you cannot betray your responsibility. For you brothers out there who refuse to work, you brothers who do not provide for your wives and your families, you have betrayed your wives. For you sisters who do not guard in your husband's absence what he would have you to guard, you have betrayed your husbands. For a person such as myself, if I do not live up to being the best da'i I can be, and if I do not provide you with evidences from the Quran and Sunnah, and if I am not a role model to you like I'm supposed to be, then I have betrayed you, myself, and Allah. Isn't that something, guys? Ponder. Allah tells us to ponder the Quran. That's a verse right there that we need to ponder. Also, Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning, it is the believers who are successful. And who are the believers? They are those who honor their trust. They are those who keep their contracts. These are the people who will inherit paradise and who will remain there forever. How many times have you guys seen weak Muslims come into this website and want to argue about kafirs being in paradise? There are no kafirs in paradise. Paradise is only for the believers. Only the believers inherit it. And who are the believers? The believers fulfilled their obligations to Allah. They did not commit shirk. They did not worship anything other than Allah. They fulfilled their obligations to the Prophet Muhammad too. They did not betray him. They followed his example, not anyone else's. And they also honored their commitments with each other. These are the people who will inherit Firdaus or paradise, not the Kafirs. And also to show just how important the trust is, Allah tells us in the interpretation of the meaning, we offered the trust to the heavens and the earth. We also offered it to the mountains, but they refused to take it on. They ran away from it because they knew the importance of it. But man, he agreed to take it on. And man is indeed ignorant and a wrongdoer. Subhanallah. See, Allah tells us in the Quran that we're ignorant, guys. Unfortunately, as human beings, we are stupid and we're ignorant. Yeah, I know you guys do not like me to use that word, but I'm just quoting what your Lord says. Your Lord has told us that we are stupid. We are ignorant by nature. We're so stupid that we do not understand how important it is to honor our trust. The heavens do. Allah commands the sun every day to rise. You want to know where the sun goes when it sets? My grandson asked me, "Hey, Ma, what happens to the sun? Does it kiss the earth and sink into the earth?" "Huh, Ma?" I looked at my grandson. I said, "No. The sun sets every night under the throne of Allah. And it doesn't move from under that throne until Allah tells it to rise." The sun understands the trust that he has been afflicted with. So the sun obeys Allah and rises when Allah says rise. And it sets under Allah's throne when Allah says set. Look at the mountains. The mountains, they understand the trust that they have been told to fulfill. The purpose of the mountains is what holds the earth down. My granddaughter said, "Hey, Ma, if the earth rotates, why come we're not dizzy?" You're not dizzy because of the mountains. The mountains are what keep the earth from rotating in space at a speed to cause us to become dizzy. The mountains understand that trust Allah has given them, and that's enough for it. Just like the sun does not want any other obligation, no other trust. Just like the mountains will not take on any other trust because they know how great what they're doing is a job to do. But man is stupid. We take on trust that we can't even fulfill. Yes, I'll come pick you up. I'll take you to the movies this weekend when you know that you got to work, that there's no way you're going to take your grandkids to the movies because you know you got to work. But we'll lie and say, "Okay, I'll take you to the movies. Hey, come here. If you do this for me, I'll give you some candy," when you know you don't even have any candy. This is what Allah means. But man is indeed wrongdoing and ignorant. We are so ignorant. Unlike the sun, unlike the mountains, unlike the earth and the moon and the stars, we take on things that we know we cannot fulfill and do. We don't know how to say no and live up to what is expected of us. Ponder. What did we talk about during Ramadan? Ponder the meaning of the Quran. When you read these verses of the Quran, you're supposed to ponder what Allah is saying to you. So thus, guys, again, Allah